Hi, thank you for joining us at Festival of Fintech, of course. I just wanted to get a perspective since you've returned from US and you have that exposure as well. I wanted to get an idea about what's so different about fintech in US and how do you draw a parallel to what's happening in India? If you could give us a brief overview of how it looks like from your perspective.
Sure. Again, I think just speaking in terms of fintech on a broader context, I think there are a lot of things that has happened in US or in the global market where India has learned from that, but interestingly has leapfrogged and skipped a couple of steps like we say that India has basically never used the phase of credit card, like from money to credit card to digital payment. India literally skipped that space and moved all the way to the digital payment. But that's on the fintech side of things. And again, there is a lot more nuance to that. And but when you look at the insure tech per se, um, as we say that there is a lot has happened in the last few years, but insurtech is always 10 to 15 years lagging behind fintech. And so it's important to see what kind of parallels that we are seeing that happened in the fintech that we can see of that corollary that will be developed in insurtech as well. And especially now with AI and ML coming into the mix, I think it is becoming way more disruptive. And again, I think a lot of things, whether it's about the lead gen, whether it's about policy selling or policy management, whether it's about the claims processes, whether it's about the customer experience, each of these elements are getting significantly redesigned because of the insure tech and the catalyst being the AI side of things. So, it is going to be a very interesting journey for the next few years.
Right. Uh, Speaking about the near future, you said that AI is going to be a big part of what the growth is going to be like. But how do you see India addressing certain problems such as funding gap? We have, as a publication, we have spoken to a lot of international entrepreneurs and CEOs, and they've always kind of expressed the fact that it would be great to see India prosper in a better way, have more funding also. What is your perspective on that?
Probably I am the wrong guy to answer that question because my startup, we started 6 years ago and we bootstrapped it. I think there is an alternate way to do that. I call it the boring way. It's definitely a tougher way to do it. But, if you are more focused on your unit economics, there are better ways to do it, which is you can bootstrap the company. But I do understand there are products, there are R&Ds which do require good funding, and I think but I think it is becoming a much more level playing field where we are seeing a good influx of Indian companies who are getting funded across. In US we see several of them got funded. And again, what is just happening, and as we call Bangalore as the Silicon Valley of India, a lot of things that is being created here is being leveraged over there. And as that continues to grow, we would see that focus being coming more to Bangalore, and that funding also would eventually be a part of it. So it's not that you can just have one thing and not the holistic. I think with the development, with the skill growth, with the product development, not just the engineering aspect of it, because that was the layer one where engineering was happening. Product thinking, product design was not happening that much. Now it is happening, and that product design is what leads you to get that more funding. And I think that is what in the next few years we would be seeing that is changing dramatically.
Thank you. Thank you for your candid responses and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.